What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally gameplay video for you guys today. Today, we will try Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator on all three. Now, this thing should be able to give us playable FPS no matter what settings we use, but I doubt it's going to do 60 on high, but it'll still probably stay over 30 if the Steam Deck could. Steam Deck kind of had like a mixture of epic and very high settings, and even it stayed above 30, so it was mostly 40 to 50s. Not surprised, I thought it was going to be like 20s like usual. Usually like 15, 20 FPS if you try to max everything out, even in an indie game on those things. So we should have more than enough performance to give us adequate performance. But hey, we're not going to know till we get in there. So let's stop blabbing, let's get to gaming. So first on the Z1 Extreme here, we'll try high 1080p, which actually gave us pretty dang playable FPS. It wasn't 60 plus all the time, of course. There was, I think, the same spot as the Steam Decks we're having trouble with, where it was still dropping into the 40s, but for most people that's still probably fine. But be that as it may, we'll also try out all the normal settings we usually do, medium, low, and I'll also do my settings as well. So now for 900p and medium settings. I have volumetric fog on high just because it's either high or low, and I figured save low for when we do low settings. So just kill a little bit of tiny time here just to make it easier for people to click on mobile and whatnot. I like to try to get to 20 seconds if I can. I know I don't always, but there we go. Let's now get into the game. We shall now do low 720p, which I think is a little bit too low. And I'm kind of glad I didn't try it on the Steam Decks now, because it probably would have gotten some more FPS, but God, does it look horrible. Not like this is the most greatest looking game in the world, but it looks pretty damn bad on low, especially shadows. It actually looks like almost like artifacts. I thought it was artifacting at first, but no, it's the shadows.
Ooh.
Ooh. So now, before we move on to the next one, this time around I wanted to do my settings for a change. Not perfect by any means, but I think it's a pretty good medium blend of frames and looks. But hey, you guys can be the judge of that, and of course this is not a holding a gun to your head, you must use my settings, they're the only ones. That's just something I figured I'd throw out there because some people said I should, and I thought, hey, that's a good idea. So, let's go ahead and get to gaming. So starting all over on the Ally X now. Do high, which doesn't get us perfect FPS, but still more unplayable, just like it was on the Z1 Extreme. There's still weird frame times going on, but they don't really affect gameplay much. The only thing that affected gameplay for me on this thing is usually playing through the laggy OBS window, which it warns you not to do because it does exactly that. But anyway, let's do some gaming. So now we'll do 900p in medium settings, which definitely does a tiny bit better. I think that same spot doesn't quite hit 60 still. I think it's close, but no cigar. But regardless, why don't we go ahead, hop back on in, see what it can do, then we'll try low and my settings just like we did on the Z1 Extreme model. Hi.
Oh. Um. Oh.
Now for some 720p and low. And just like before, just for those who skip ahead, I would not recommend doing this, even though it does get a little more FPS. It looks atrocious. So atrocious, in fact, that shadows look like the game's artifacting and breaking. So that's why I decided, nope, I'm going to do my settings. So now we'll go ahead, do my settings real quick before we move on to the last system. And obviously my settings aren't perfect by any means. In fact, I thought, wait, these actually seem like it's doing worse than it did on the other one. So I even went in the settings, because I think I put one on very high instead of high like I did on the Ally Xeon Extreme, because I figured, hey, this has a little extra VRAM, and usually textures don't kill your FPS too much as long as you have the VRAM for it, but I don't know, maybe I messed some other setting up somewhere, because it sure seemed a little worse. Or maybe the other one did just as bad, and I just didn't remember. Either way, let's get some gameplay.
Oh.
Hey.
Now we start over once more on the Xbox Ally X, which is a tiny bit more powerful than the other two. The other two are generally like right there with each other. The only time the X can be a little tiny bit faster or give you better frame times is if the game wants a little bit extra VRAM or system memory, because you only got 10 gigs and like 6 gigs of VRAM with that system. This one you've got like 8 gigs of VRAM, and then the rest is all for system. So that's nice. Out of the 24 gigs, that's not bad. Anyway, though, why don't we go ahead, hop into the game, let's see what this thing can do.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh. Oh. Huh?
So, that was actually pretty impressive, and I think it almost stayed above 60 the whole time, if not did stay above 60 the whole time, even at 1080p high, so the rest of these settings should just be butter for the people who just want to see them. I think a lot of people probably just be fine with running at 1080p high, but let's do these too. Since we did it on the rest of them, it'd be a little weird not to on this one, in my opinion.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
So we'll not do 720p low, which isn't exactly necessary on this thing. Seems to do quite well, just high 1080p, but I'm sure some people wanted to know. Gotta remember to save that at the end there. Which I did. I remember I did. Whether it actually saved or not, I'm not sure. Sometimes this game makes me question whether it's saving the settings the way it should. But either way, let's go do some more gaming. Ooh. Now, for the settings I'd run, although I feel like a lot of people would also just run 1080p high, but I tried to get a little bit more FPS out of it while still looking good, and I think I did a pretty good job. It's not a night and day difference from the high settings by any means at 1080p, but I think that we gained FPS here and there, and it doesn't look that different. But hey, you guys can be the judge. Let's hop in.
Oh. Hi. Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hi.
Well, alright, let's get a little camera recorded gameplay now. This thing is a little wonky on here. I don't know if it's the game itself or just this with the allies, but I had to keep quitting my game, and then it was telling me to quit or in the day, and then it wouldn't let me in the day. It was just, really wonky. So we'll see. The thing was, it took away all my objectives, too.
Hey.
So, hey, what's up? A drama and old, okay. Do we have any old dramas for you? Alright, never mind. I guess I can't. All I have is horror. I'm sorry. I'm a huge disappointment. I'm a failure. Alright, 2 up. Nothing. I like that. Exact change is always nice indeed. Oh no. You know I'd get $5. Sorry I couldn't help you. At least I think that's that chick that I couldn't help. $1. Oh, what do you want, friend? Oh, sure. Here you are. Oh. Excuse me. Alright, you want $2? $3. Yeah, there's not a lot of pickings left. Don't you dare come over here and ask me to pick you out something that doesn't even exist. Oh, fine, just leave then? Alright, I see how it is. Oh, sure.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that's the only movie left in the whole store, so you can go check out the rest, but I'm sure you will find that there are none. And I think it's time to close up shop after that. Like I said, it's quite barren over there, I assure you. You want to come over here and buy that movie you reserved, or Don't give me that face. I reserved a movie for you. Get out of here. Oh, today's the new movie release. But I think instead we shall move on to the next ally. Well, let's get a little camera recorded gameplay now. Sure is a rainy day. Oh, what do you need, miss? An old movie. An old horror movie? I'm sure we got one of those over here.
Wow.
Hold on, everybody. Nobody wants to listen to that the whole time. $13, alright. No, not that many. There. Sometimes I get a little click habit. Aha. Giving that face like he's offended he had to pay a fee for his own fault. Like, dude, don't return shit late then. Nice, I like exact change here. Oh, what do you want, man? Drama? What do we got? What do we got? Drama. Horror, adult, horror, drama, and a good critic. There you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Two? Nice. Ooh, we unlocked sci-fi. Yeah, still drop frames around here though. I can't get it to like do that without making it look really bad. I don't think the other X or Z1 Extreme did that there. Maybe it did and I just misremembered, or maybe I mixed up and put some settings that weren't right. But I literally tried to copy it right from the video I recorded from that one, so I don't think that happened, but except for one thing, I tried higher textures. Oh man, we got a broken. Under the counter. Well, that sucks. But it was bound to happen sooner or later, I suppose. Alrighty, finish this up. Alright, and I had a little bit more. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. I want this. Because we were starting to have not enough room. I had like spot for two, and we can always get some more movies and stuff too. Speaking of which, oh, we haven't unlocked the popcorn machine yet. Okay, I just wanted to see. Sweet. I'm so glad that they like tell you which one instead of having to remember the name. Either way, I think it's time to move on to the next ally. Well, let's get some camera recorded gameplay now. What do you need, 16-bitty? Hey, what you got there? Oh, far out.
Her.
You know what, because you have a cool outfit, I'm going to give you an extra $1. Sure, drop it.
Ooh.
Oh.
He looks like he wants to come over and ask me something.
Hi. Ooh.
Oh, nice. 3 videos? Well, thank you for your patronage. Alright, 3 video. You're just gonna get a lot of singles. Oh no. That's what I wanted. There you go. I think it's about time to end the day.
Oh.
Um.
Yeah.
Oh, that's apparently 420. Hold on, lady, I'm taking a hit for 420. Woo! Sorry about that, man. Very important business, I assure you.
Hey.
Don't give me that look. Don't return stuff late. Ooh, this is a harvest festival? Nice. And you know what? I think we'll leave this for the next system. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Retro Rewind. And it's a very fun game. I'm definitely gonna probably have as much fun with this as I did with that pool simulator thing. I don't know, I like the simulator things. They're amusing. But they run pretty well. Has some weird frame times, but it's not something you really notice when you're actually playing. It's just something you notice when you have a frame rate counter up. And it's kind of cool. The Ally Xbox X was actually almost able to play and stay above 60 almost the whole time. I think I saw it, drop down to 58 or something like that, like for a split second. Other than that, I think it was above 60 the whole time. That's pretty awesome. So, with that all said though, I think it's about time to wrap this video up so I can go get started on the next system. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And I still can't quite do proper peace out. We're getting there. Every day we're getting a little tiny bit of motion back yet, but I still can't like bend it by itself into like, you know, any kind of that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. It'll happen eventually. I just gotta keep at it. It's the recovery process is the most annoying thing, but I'll get it back. Just gotta keep working on it. So with that said, we'll leave you with a left-handed peace out, and until the next video.